boys and girls. We have centers again today and lit circle groups. And today it will be group 2 at centers. Will group 2 raise your hand, please? Okay.
Intermediate grade students thrive in a well-managed, supportive learning environment.
Group 1 will be at the seats first. Raise your hand if you're in group 1, the ones who were at centers yesterday. Okay? And group 3 will be with me again. Raise your hand if you're in group 3.
While establishing a positive work climate starts on day 1, teachers who are effective classroom managers continue to solidify newly introduced routines and clarify expectations for behavior over the first few months of school.
Richard, Estefan, Taylor, and Arlene.
Being proactive in establishing classroom management routines enables teachers to prevent many behavior problems and set the tone for the year.
I'm going to say, hi, I'm Mrs. Bain. And you're going to say?
Hi, I'm Patrick.
Okay. And mine says, no talking when the teacher is teaching at the front of the room.
In the first portion of this training program, you saw how one teacher set the stage for an organized, learning-focused classroom environment on the first day of school. This portion of the training program provides key guidelines for developing your own well-managed classroom setting. You will see how to establish routines and procedures that create a predictable daily schedule, develop rules that promote student accountability and responsibility, and create a cooperative classroom environment that reduces misbehavior. For descriptions of the strategies demonstrated in this training program, please see the accompanying resource guide.
I will act in such a way that I will be proud of myself, and others will be proud of me too. I came to school to learn, and I will learn.
We say the Learning Pledge every morning. I've used this for a number of years, and it's a very positive thing to start the day out with.
And now our announcer comes up and tells us what we have for lunch today. After you read the menu, David, you turn to the class and say, raise your hand if you're getting hot lunch.
Well-defined routines provide a solid, predictable structure for upper elementary students.
Come on in and start on your journals and assignment books.
Routines need to start as soon as students enter the classroom in the morning.
At the beginning of each day of school, the children walk into my classroom and complete an assignment book and a journal. Today I'd like you to make a web of things that you know are made of metal. Who knows what to do in the morning for journals and assignment book? And while they work on those things, I am productively accomplishing the start of our morning and preparing for the next part of our morning.
The 5th graders on this side of the room may line up.
While routines help organize the day, procedures are organized actions, such as lining up or checking out of the classroom. Following a simple 4-step process, introduce, rehearse, remind, and reinforce can help routines and procedures become second nature to students.
I'm going to pretend that I'm the calendar monitor, and I've already looked at this, and I want to, come on up here, Lindy. I want to tell about today is National Grandparents' Day.
No matter what routine or procedure a teacher wants to implement in the classroom, it needs to be explicitly introduced.
But you can look at this book and you can find something for tomorrow, September 9th, that you want to tell about, okay? I know it's your birthday, you can say that too.
Modeling is one way to show students what's expected.
And I would like the person who is caboose to come on up here. Is that you, Joshua? This is a class job that I don't know of any other classroom that has this caboose job. But I found out that it really helps us.
Rehearsing or role-playing helps students internalize the desired behavior.
Actually, you're going to demonstrate what the caboose does, okay? I'm going to get a few people lined up, and I'm going to ask you to line up too. And would you demonstrate what the caboose does?
Yeah.
And then will you tell us what it is you're doing?
Yeah.
We have class jobs for each student. And in order for the students to learn what to do in those jobs, we often will role play several jobs a day.
And you're part of table 4.
This gives the students a chance themselves to learn how to do it, and they really enjoy role playing.
And then I would go to the front of the line. Joshua, I noticed you're waiting. Why are you waiting?
Because I'm the caboose.
And what does the caboose do?
The caboose is at the back, like on a train.
It also trains the other students, so when it's someone else's turn to have that job, they'll know what to do. And I found when we do the role playing, it goes much smoother for the rest of the year because everyone knows what to do.
So Joshua, when I'm out in the hall and I stop the line and I look back, who am I looking for when I look back?
Me.
I'm looking for the caboose because when you're out, I know that everybody's out. Where's this supposed to go?
I don't remember.
Uh-oh, somebody in your group needs to tell you.
Where?
Would you tell them?
You're supposed to put, if you're not finished with this, you put it in your binder.
Throughout the first weeks and months, students often need to be reminded of procedures and routines.
I said very specifically what you were supposed to do with 2 papers, and I think about 75% of you followed through and did that. Thank you for that. Let's go for 100% next time.
Students also benefit from visual reminders, like charts or posters.
I've made posters that go up around the room. I have the morning procedures for when they come in. I have the lining up procedures. I have the dismissal procedures for the end of the day. And we have talked through these. We've walked through these. The students can say most of them without even looking at them now.
You know, we've only been in school a few days, and I didn't have to remind anybody this morning about the routine when you came in. So the first one, Andre?
Empty your backpack.
Got it. The second one.
And that helps them because they know what's expected and they're trained, and it saves time. We don't have a lot of off-task time.
Not right now, sweetie. We'll have some time in a minute.
Reinforcing students who follow directions is both encouraging to them and instructive to other students.
I like exactly what Jamel is doing. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Jamel. Straight up.
Okay, I see that Lindy knows what to do with her number cards, and Tiffany does. Aya, Armando, thank you. It looks like this half of the room is almost ready except for this little mess right here. Where are those supposed to go? Still waiting for somebody at table 1. Oh, you are helping him, thank you.
It's important to keep in mind that critical to the success of this process is calm, continued reminding and reinforcing of the routines and procedures as they become part of students' repertoire.
Fifth graders, I want you to sit back down, please. Sit back down, please. That's not a good idea. That's not good. That's not acceptable for lining up. We'll do it this way. The fifth graders that are on this side of the room may line up. Thank you for remembering where to go. Thank you. What did you notice that was different this time? Armando, what was different?
They weren't talking, and they were shoving.
That's right. The fifth graders on this side of the room may line up.
While teachers need to decide the most appropriate routines and procedures for their students and circumstances, 2 types of situations have a high potential for off-task behavior and need to be addressed: getting students' attention and transitions.
Yesterday afternoon, we talked about what it meant to be a great listener. Could I have everyone's attention as I say the word target? Thank you, Leon. Thank you for holding, Christian. Britt.
One of the procedures you need is something for what I call zero-based noise level. I believe your classroom should be active, where kids are talking and moving. But there are times when you need to have them stop talking and sit down so that you can give them some type of directions.
Okay, boys and girls, may I have your attention, please? Signal on. Hands in your lap. Signal on, please. Hands in your lap.
Quickly and respectfully gaining students' attention keeps the focus on learning and minimizes disruptions.
Okay. Okay, let's remember the signal. Let's do it again. Thank you. And you don't have to clap. The clapping is so that you can hear me.
Another effective strategy is to clap or use some other nonverbal signal.
Why do I like the idea of clapping your hands, raising your hand? Well, the clapping is they can hear it, and the hand they can see. Then I also like something where the students can respond. That lets me know they know what I want.
Thank you for raising your hands.
The times that we have the most problems with students is during transitions.
And in just a minute, I'm going to have table group, I'm going to have table 5 demonstrate how to change your desks because you're going to be working in 4s.
Transitions are coming to your class, leaving your class, going to group work, going to independent work, or teacher-directed activity.
Okay, they have pulled their chairs out and they're going to push them back a little bit farther. A little farther. And together, they're going to pull this desk around so that it faces Armando and Maddie.
The reason we need to teach them is the structure changes. When they're in group work, we want them to talk. When they're doing independent work, we do not want them to talk. Therefore, we can't assume they know what we want. So anytime we make transitions, we have to let the students know what is the expected behavior.
Okay, raise your hand if you want to tell something you noticed while they did that. Chloe, what did you notice?
They were quiet.
What else? Aya?
We worked together.
Yes, you did.
Asking for feedback is a way to reinforce expectations. The goal is for students to eventually accomplish transitions quietly and efficiently.
Thank you. That went so smoothly because you all did what you needed to.
At the beginning of the year, I want to train the students in all the procedures. And if I spend 2 or 3 weeks at the beginning of the year setting up what I expect, it sets up the whole year so they know the expectations and they want to follow them.
A proactive classroom is one in which you do things that will help you prevent problems from happening. Things like establishing your rules, procedures, logical consequences. Teaching the students what are your expectations. Not only teaching them once, but teaching them again and again and again. We'd rather proact than have to react.